Hi, my name is Annie, and welcome to the Walking Word, where we go through the Bible in a year as part of discipling. For us to be able to finish the Bible in a year, we read 5 chapters a day. And I put a little commentary in it. We are reading from Exodus chapter 10, the eighth plague in Egypt, led by Moses. Then the Lord said to Moses, Go to Pharaoh, for I have made him and his servants obdurate, in order that I may perform these signs of mine among them, and that you may recount to your son and grandson how ruthless I dealt with the Egyptians, and what signs I wrought upon them, so that you may know that I am the Lord. Okay, so we're looking at Pharaoh's stubbornness, and we're just like, bro, let it go. Just let them go already. But God is using, and this is the verse that says, everything works out for my good. Everything, the good, the bad, they all work out for my good. Um, and God is saying, don't worry about Pharaoh's stubbornness. It will be a testament to you and your grandchildren and generations to come that I am your God and I'm a God of wonders. And this will be a story that will go down generations over and over again. The miracles, the the mighty wonders I performed for my people. So whatever it is you're going through, just know God is using it for your good. The enemy might think he's being stubborn, but God is using it for your good. Let's continue. Then the Lord said to Moses, Go to Pharaoh, for I have made him and his servants obdurate, in order that I may perform these signs of mine among them, and that you may recount to your son and grandson how ruthlessly I dealt with the Egyptians, and what signs I wrought among them, so that you may know that I am the Lord, so that your children will grow up knowing that I am their God. So Moses and Aaron went to Pharaoh and told him, Thus says the Lord, the God of the Hebrews, how long will you refute to submit to me? But my people go, let my people go to worship me. If you refuse to let my people go, I warn you, tomorrow I will bring locusts into your country. They shall cover the ground so that the ground itself will not be visible. Can you imagine that? They shall eat up the remnant you saved and had from the hail. As well as the foliage that has since sprouted in your fields. They shall fill your houses and the houses of your servants and all the Egyptians, such a sight your fathers and grandfathers have not seen from the first day they settled on the soil upon the present day, up to the present day. With that, they turned and left Pharaoh's presence. But Pharaoh's servants said to him, How long must he be a menace to us? Let the men go and worship the Lord their God. Do you not yet realize that Egypt is being destroyed? So Moses and Aaron were brought back to Pharaoh, who said to them, You may go and worship the Lord your God, but how many of you will go? Now conditions. You, young and old, must go with us. Moses answered, Our sons and daughters, as well as our flocks and herds, must accompany us. That is what a feast of the Lord means to us. The Lord help you. Pharaoh replied, If I ever let your little ones go with you, you must be crazy to think I will let all of you go. No, you guys go. But your little ones, the hardworking ones, my future slaves, absolutely not. Clearly, you have some evil in mind. No, no, just you men can go and worship the Lord. After all, that is what you want. With that, they were driven from Pharaoh's presence. Okay, I will let you people go, but only your men. The Lord then said to Moses, Stretch out your hand over the land of Egypt, that locusts may swarm over it and eat up all the vegetation and whatever the hail has left. So Moses stretched out his staff over the land of Egypt, and the Lord sent an east wind blowing over the land all that day and all that night. At dawn, the east wind brought the locusts. They swarmed over the whole land of Egypt and settled down on every part of it. Never before had there been such a fierce swarm of locusts, nor will there ever be. This was the one of a kind. They covered the face of the whole land. It till it was black with them. Oh my. They ate up all the vegetation in the land and the fruit and whatever trees the hail had spared. Nothing green was left on any tree or plant throughout the land of Egypt. Hastily, Pharaoh summoned Moses and Aaron and said, I have sinned against the Lord your God and against you. But now do forgive me my sin once more and pray to the Lord your God to take at least this deadly pest from me. When Moses left the presence of Pharaoh, he prayed to the Lord, and the Lord changed the wind to a very strong west wind, which took up the locusts and hurled them into the Red Sea. Okay, so the east wind brought the plague, the west wind took away the plague. But though not a single locust remained within the confines of Egypt, the Lord made Pharaoh still obstinate, as he would not let the Israelites go. The ninth plague, the darkness. Then the Lord said to Moses, stretch out your hand toward the sky, that over the land of Egypt there may be such intense darkness that one can feel it. Can you feel darkness? Can you imagine not only seeing darkness, you actually feel it? That one can feel it. So Moses stretched out his hand toward the sky, and there was a dense darkness throughout the land of Egypt for 3 days. Throughout the land of Egypt for 3 days, men could not see one another, nor could they move from where they were for 3 days, but all the Israelites had light where they dwelt. Pharaoh then summoned Moses and Aaron and said, go and worship the Lord, your little ones too may go with you, but your flocks and herds must remain. Moses replied, you must also grant us sacrifices and holocausts to offer up to the Lord our God. Hence our livestock must also go up with us. Not an animal must be left behind. Some of them we must sacrifice to the Lord our God, but we ourselves shall not know which ones we must sacrifice to him until we arrive at the place itself. But the Lord made Pharaoh obstinate, and he could not let them go. Leave my presence, Pharaoh said to him, and see to it that you do not appear before me again. The day you appear before me again, you shall die. Moses replied, well said, I will never appear before you again. And that was actually the last day Pharaoh ever saw Moses. Some of the couple of things to note here when we go through all the 9 plagues, from the darkness, the locusts, the frogs, the gnats, the flies, the hailstorm, the boils, it all boils down to the gods that the Egyptians, the deities the Egyptians used to worship at that time. And many of them were represented by the different elements. They used to worship water gods. That's why God, sent blood there. The frog, I think his name is Dagon or something like that. And he was represented by a frog. So God sent that. So basically, God used their own deities to show them that they're nothing. Those deities are nothing. Those idols are nothing. And so it's interesting how God used their own idolatry against them. But the next one from chapter 11, it becomes a very key chapter because it's not only a final act of God, it's not only one of the final wonders of the plagues, the 10th plague, but it is also a foreshadow of Christ. And that will be Exodus chapter 11, which we'll carry on from tomorrow. Have a great day.